Hey, what's going on, everyone? Eric here with Proactive Intuition, and in this video, I'm going to be teaching you a unique way that I source my inventory to buy and resell and make a pretty good profit. This is not my primary way of flipping items. This is just a side thing that I do to get a little extra business when times get a little slower. So do not think that this is how I get all my inventory. I promise you this is how I get a very small percentage of my inventory, but it's actually been one of the best methods that I've got some of my highest profit deals, and I'm going to be sharing some of those deals with you guys in this video. So real quick, I'm going to be teaching you guys what we call the reach out method. And you guys may have heard of the reach out method before. If you guys don't know what it is, reach out method is basically where you go to a marketplace like Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, Letgo, OfferUp. You find people that have items for sale and you make them a offer to where you can still make a good profit on it once you buy it and resell it. So it is a little bit more of a difficult strategy because most of the people that take the time to list an item for sale, they generally have some idea of what it's worth, but not all of them. And that's why the tactics you use with the reach out method and how you go about doing it will determine how good of results you get with the reach out method. So I'm gonna be showing you guys a strategy here real quick on how you can find deals. Now, this was not working for me earlier. Facebook has some weird glitch going on, so I'm gonna see if it works now, but even if it doesn't, I can show you kind of an overview on how it works. So this is a bunch of people that have items for sale. As you guys know, I am into buying items that sell very fast. So items, as soon as I buy them and I list them, I can resell them, get my money back, get my profit, and then reinvest back in more inventory. That is really what you need to do in your reseller business to keep it growing and to keep it scaling. So this is what you could do. So you can scroll through items. And so this guy here, 11 Pro, 64 gigabyte unlocked, $550. That's actually a pretty reasonable price. Now we want to figure out some more details about it. So we'll scroll down here, see if he has a description. I might have to click on a different page for the description, but we can scroll through here, just kind of look at the pictures. Looks like there's a cracked screen. Oh, here we go. So it's cracked screen, paid off, unlocked any carrier. This would actually be a decent deal if we could talk him down. And the fact that it has a cracked screen, he may be open to it. So you can go through people and message them and just say, whatever you end up appraising this at, you guys can watch other videos on how to appraise phones and stuff like that. So you might message this person and say, hey, I'll give you $300 for this phone. I can do cash and meet today. Does that work for you? Just keep it short and sweet, and you can hit as many people as you want saying things like that. I can tell you that most people will tell you no, and you will close very few deals taking that approach. So now let me show you guys my method of what I do. And I'm not sure if this is working yet because Facebook's glitching, but this is what I do. I go to places like the electronics category, and I go over here to sort by. So if you look at sort by right here on the left-hand side and where it says recommended, you can click that drop-down menu. It can go to date listed newest first. Now this wasn't showing up before, so I'll see if it does now. So yeah, it's still glitched out, but normally, so if it wasn't glitching out here, normally this page will show you all of the listings and how recent the post was made. And the reason that we do this is because when people post items for sale at a deep discount, you have to act on them quick. You have to get to that deal as fast as you can because other people will go and find that deal. And that's one of the ways that I've managed to close $100 profit deals, $200 profit deals, even up to $500. My biggest reach out method profit, and this is not typical, was $8,000 in gross sales. And it was $6,000 in net profit, over $6,000 in net profit. And that's not probably ever going to happen again, but it's because I was looking for the deals, right? I actually positioned myself in a place where I was checking these things frequently, and I was able to close one of those deals. And I'll show you exactly what items that was once I get to that part of the video. So the other way that you can do this is not by, you might be like, Eric, that's great if you have time to constantly refresh and look for what people have posted. The other way that I do this is I look for items that have vague descriptions or poor pictures, because those listings can be on Facebook for a long time or on Craigslist or wherever. And most people looking at those posts will not really know what they have for sale, and they'll move on to the next thing. So you can look for items that have very poor pictures, like this guy right here. I already know this isn't a good deal because I looked it up already. But this guy here, he goes, only used for 2 podcasts, went in different directions, would like to sell everything and not items individual. Paid $450, message me for details or additional pictures. So this guy could have several $1,000s worth of podcast equipment. And you don't really know that because you can't see anything in the listing. And, this could be, like several $1,000s worth of equipment. Now I already know it's not because he said he paid $450 for it. He's still expecting to get $400. So I know that this is kind of junk equipment that I'm not going to really be able to make any money on because it's $450 retail, brand new. But you never know with listings like this. I'll show you guys real quick a couple things that I picked up that had very vague descriptions. And actually, I'm just going to go straight into, let me see if I can share. Here we go. So I'm going to switch over to this. Hopefully you guys can see this. So I didn't grab too many pictures, but these are some of my big home run deals I've got through the reach out method. So I'll just go straight to the very first one. This was a deal that I did, and I found this deal on Letgo. This is my biggest profit deal. I did over $6,000 in profit in one transaction, and it was by finding these printer ink. And printer ink is something that is kind of a hidden gem that a lot of people don't even think about flipping. This is actually toner. This was HP 650A is the toner. I've never flipped any of these since. But this was my biggest haul. And the way that I found this was I was looking on Letgo, and this lady had a super blurry picture of 2 of these boxes. And so I contacted her. And her title said something completely different. Like Letgo used to automatically name your titles. This was like 2 years ago when I got this. Letgo used to automatically name your titles. And so it didn't even say it was printer ink. She just took a bunch of pictures. But anyway, this lady got all of this printer ink from a storage lot. I went and met up with her, and I bought these. I believe it was for $20 a box. They sold for about $180 to $200 a box. And I sold them all in one lot. So I sold them all to one guy who was another reseller that operated on very thin margins because I wanted to flip my money very fast. But this just shows you that you can get really good deals by just looking. And so I met up with this lady, bought 2 from her. I said, hey, if you ever have any more, let me know. I love buying stuff like this. She goes, oh, well, I just bought a storage unit and it's full of these like to the top. She goes, I could probably go get them later today. So I met up with her later that day. And I don't remember how many it was here because it's been so long, but it was quite a few. And as you can see in the picture, but that was my best reach out method deal. Now, this is not typical. I'll show you some of the deals that are a little more typical. This is a different set of printer ink that I bought. And I bought these for, I don't remember what I bought them for, but I think I made $50 a box. So I made $150 profit for just searching the internet for what people had for sale. And this was some other printer ink that I picked up. These cameras here, there's only one in this picture, but these have been some of my best profit deals. This was a guy whose grandpa worked for a news station, and the news station ended up getting rid of all of their old equipment. Their grandpa did something with the equipment. He was like the maintenance guy or something like that. And they ended up selling off all the old equipment, and he gave it to his grandson to sell for him. His grandson had no idea what they were worth, so I bought 3 of these cameras for $200 each. Each one of these sold for over $700 each. And I picked them up at 3 different occasions because you would casually get the inventory. And I just, ended up closing deals like these. These are some of the types of deals that you're looking out for. You'll notice that I'm not showing you a lot of phones. I'm not showing you a lot of stuff like that because those are the hardest items to get. I have got those before, but the types of items I get are like graphing calculators, cameras. I buy so many different cameras, buy and resell. I have another item that I flipped and resold. It was called a Jasipa Firebird. It was like a nut welding tool or something like that. Paid $80. I flipped it for over $300. So you can get really good deals on the marketplace, but that's really how I recommend doing it. Find people that have errors in their listings, or find people that just listed the item for sale and close the deal right then and there. Sometimes I just pay full price. I just bought a bunch of video games earlier in the month. I paid $50 for them. They sold for over $300. So, you know, if you are looking for deals, you can find them. But that's really my strategy on how I go about doing the reach out method and what I have found to be the most efficient. Let me know what you guys think about this. Did you get benefit from this? Do you guys do the reach out method this way, or do you just message everyone that you can and try to do as much volume as you can, just offering on what you know you can make a profit on? So let me know. I'm curious to see how you guys do it. Comment below. And if you guys like this types of videos, give me a like, give me a subscribe to my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. But I hope this helps you guys out. I'll see everyone later.